Welcome to the Career Catalyst. I am so glad you are tuning in today to sharpen your professional English and build the confidence you need to land your dream job. I'm your host, and today we are going to dive deep into a massive topic that can literally change the trajectory of your life. We are breaking down the ultimate toolkit of 100 essential phrases for job interviews. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting your journey, the language you use during those 30 minutes determines whether you are seen as just another applicant or the clear solution to the company's problems. We have all been there, sitting in the lobby, palms sweating, trying to remember the perfect word. Today, I am going to walk you through the entire flow of an interview, giving you a library of phrases that sound sophisticated, professional, and entirely natural. If you are ready to stop being nervous and start being in control, stay with me until the very end. Interviews are, at their core, a psychological game of trust. The interviewer isn't just listening to your facts, they are feeling your energy and evaluating your professional vocabulary. Imagine you have just stepped into the room. First impressions are irreversible. Instead of a shy hello, you want to set a professional tone immediately by saying it's a pleasure to meet you. It is simple, but it carries weight. You can expand on that by saying thank you for inviting me today, or I really appreciate your time. It shows you value their schedule right from the start. If they ask about your journey to the office, don't just say it was fine. You could say I had no trouble finding the place, the directions were excellent, or even I am quite familiar with this area. It is a great way to show you are prepared and observant. Once the small talk ends and you sit down, you might say I've been looking forward to this discussion as I've followed your company's growth for quite some time. This proves you didn't just find them on a job board 5 minutes ago. If they haven't looked at your resume yet, you might say I brought a copy of my resume for your reference, and I am happy to clarify any points as we go along. This demonstrates you are proactive and helpful. Then comes the inevitable request to tell them about yourself. This is your elevator pitch. You should not recount your entire life story. Instead, start by saying I have an extensive background in my field, which has allowed me to specialize in things like project management or international logistics. Use phrases like my expertise lies in solving operational bottlenecks or I have over a decade of experience in this sector. It sounds much more authoritative than simply saying you worked at a bank. You should describe yourself as a highly motivated professional who thrives in a fast-paced environment. This shows energy and resilience. Mention that in your previous role, you were responsible for specific outcomes, and you played a key role in the success of the department. If you want to highlight your impact, say I have a proven track record of meeting targets or I pride myself on my ability to deliver results under pressure. When the conversation moves into your specific achievements, this is where you use high-impact action verbs. Talk about how you successfully implemented a new strategy or how you were able to achieve a significant increase in efficiency. Use phrases like I took the initiative to fix a recurring issue or I was recognized for my outstanding performance during the annual review. It is also helpful to say I consistently met my deadlines even when working on multiple high-priority projects. This proves reliability. If you helped the team, say I played an integral part in the campaign or I contributed to the success of the recent merger. Managers love candidates who can streamline a process or exceed expectations without being constantly supervised. You might say I am proud of my ability to stay calm when things get chaotic. It is about showing evidence, not just making claims. Now, let's talk about the hard part, handling questions about your weaknesses. Instead of falling into the perfectionist trap, try saying I am constantly seeking ways to improve my technical skills. Or try saying I used to struggle with delegating tasks, but I've learned to trust my team and focus on high-level strategy. This shows growth. You can say one area I'm working on is my public speaking, and I've recently enrolled in a course to address that. It shows you take responsibility for your own development. Frame yourself as a lifelong learner who values constructive feedback. You want to appear as someone who is highly adaptable and has strong interpersonal skills. Mention that you can work independently or as part of a team depending on what the project requires. This flexibility is a huge selling point in the modern workplace. When the interviewer asks why you want to work for them, avoid saying you do. When the interviewer asks why you want to work for them, avoid saying you just need a job. Instead, say I am looking for a role where I can leverage my skills in a more innovative environment. Mention that this role aligns perfectly with my long-term career goals. You could say I am eager to take on more responsibility and I see myself growing with this company over the coming years. It shows commitment and vision. If you are transitioning, say I am ready for the next step in my professional journey and I want to make a meaningful contribution to a team that values excellence. Say I am confident I can add value from day one. When they ask why you are leaving your current job, keep it positive. Say I am seeking a new challenge that allows me to broaden my experience. Or perhaps tell them that unfortunately, my current role doesn't offer enough growth opportunities, so I am looking for a better fit for my long-term ambitions. During the middle of the interview, if a question catches you off guard, do not panic. Use a filler phrase like "That's an excellent question, let me consider that for a moment." It shows you are thoughtful. If you are not sure what they mean, ask, "Could you please clarify what you mean by the team's current priorities?" It is always better to ask than to guess. When you answer, you can start with "to put it simply" or in other words to make sure they follow your logic. Always say "let me give you an example" to ground your skills in reality. Examples are what make your answers memorable. As the interview winds down, they will ask if you have questions. You must have questions. Ask, what does success look like for this position in the first 6 months? Or how would you describe the company culture here? You might ask, what are the biggest challenges facing the team right now? This shows you are already thinking about how to help them win. Ask about the team structure or if there is a lot of collaboration between departments. Don't forget to ask the interviewer what they enjoy most about working there. It builds a personal connection. Finally, ask about the next steps in the interview process and when you can expect to hear back. Reiterate your interest by saying, "I am very interested in this opportunity and I look forward to the possibility of joining your team." If salary comes up, be ready. You can ask, "What is the salary range for this role?" Or say, "My salary expectations are in line with the current market rate for someone with my experience." Mention that you are certainly open to negotiation for the right position. As you leave, wrap it up with "Thank you for your time and consideration." Say it was a pleasure learning more about the goals of the department. Mention that you will send a follow-up email tomorrow to stay in touch. Leave them with a "Have a great day" and a confident smile. Even after you leave, the work isn't done. Use that follow-up email to say thank you for answering all my questions and to reiterate that you believe you are a great fit for this role. Before we finish today, let's look at some of the heavy-hitting vocabulary we used in this lesson. Extensive is a great word for depth and length of experience. Clarify is your best friend when you are confused. Initiative shows you are a leader who doesn't wait for orders. Implement and streamline are the two verbs that make you sound like an efficiency expert. Being adaptable and proactive are the two traits that every modern company is looking for. And remember, when you talk about your track record, you are talking about your history of success. If you can master these terms, you will sound like a native professional. To recap our journey today, an interview is a story you tell from the first greeting to the final follow-up. It is about using language to show you are a proven problem solver who values integrity and results. Don't try to learn all 100 phrases in one go. Pick 10 that feel natural to your personality and practice them until they flow. The more you use them, the more they become part of who you are as a professional. Now, I want to hear from you. Our question of the day is, what is the one interview question that always makes you freeze, and which phrase we mentioned today will you use to handle it next time? Tell me your answer in the comments. I read everything and love seeing your progress. If this helped you, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into career success. You are all doing amazing work on your English journey. Keep practicing, believe in your value, and you will get that offer. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.